Welcome back to another edition of SAC News. I'm Oscar Servin.
And I'm Josh Garcia. Thank you for joining us.
Orange County's Heritage Museum held its annual egg hunt. Volunteers came out early to set up the festivities. There were games for the children to play where everyone could be a winner, and free face painting for all of the smaller visitors. But the most anticipated event of the day was the egg hunt. For some it was their first egg hunt, and they hadn't quite gotten the hang of things. But for others with a bit more experience, it was the highlight of the day. In the end of all, the children were able to leave with a basket of eggs, some even getting the chance to meet and take a photo with the Easter Bunny. The museum hopes to host more free events like this in the future.
The Santa Ana Zoo is building a Ferris wheel. The construction should be finished up in time for the scheduled opening day of August 22nd. The Ferris wheel will be the third ride at the zoo. It will be 60 feet tall. The wheel will have 15 carts, each holding up to 5 people. The zoo estimates that ticket sales for rides will help them make an extra $1 million a year. A portion of the money will go towards a better guest experience and upgraded animal habitats.
Hey Jurassic Park fans, Santa Ana's Frida Cinema is hosting a free screening of the original film. The movie will be shown on the rooftop of the parking structure behind the theater. The Frida is providing concessions, but you can't bring your own snacks and drinks. And you definitely need to bring your own chair or blanket. Replicas of the iconic Jurassic Park Jeeps will also be on display in front of the theater. The screening is April 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Go to the Frida's website for more information about the rooftop screening and other upcoming events.
Santa Ana College Associated Student Government will host a workshop on gender-free pronouns used in the gay, lesbian, and transgender communities. The event will be on the patio at the Johnston Center on April 20th from 11:30 to 1 p.m. The event is free and open to all students.
Some people spent some of their spring break preparing lunch for the hungry and the homeless.
Reporter Rudy Garcia saw the volunteers looking to make a difference in Santa Ana.
More people that are getting a note and a lunch today.
I'll help you.
2 years ago, Robert Chang and a few other parents started the Orange County section of #LunchBag. They started it with their kids in mind.
Our kids got to see that, there are a lot of homeless people, and it's not just bums or whatever. There's some people that came into bad situations where next thing you know, you become homeless. This is a station where we're gonna make the sandwiches.
Everyone loves making the sandwiches, but for some, it's not just about preparing the food.
Always here.
And you get to meet different people because every week I think different groups of people come. So you kind of get to interact with them and get to know other people who are interested in helping the community. And it's kind of fun because it's not just you're working in your own zone.
You got one slice of cheese.
So we're giving them a water, an apple, a sandwich, and everyone gets a little note, an inspirational or handmade note, and those get to be handed out.
It's probably those little notes that make the #LunchBag movement a little bit more meaningful than some others.
There was this one homeless person that's been collecting all the notes that they've been getting every month, and they've had it posted in their tent. But some people really appreciate the notes. So
After all the food and bags are prepared, packaged, and noted,
the last part of it is where we actually deliver to the homeless in Santa Ana.
from the 4th Street Market in Santa Ana, Rudy Garcia, Santa Ana College News.
To get involved, search #OC on Instagram. Organizers say they prepared just over 700 bags that day. Their next event is scheduled for May 14, Mother's Day weekend.
Earlier this month, volunteers came out to rebuild the Santa Ana home. A Love Santa Ana initiative. This group came together to work on various projects and clean up different parts of Santa Ana. Organizers hope to bring community members together to transform some of the most challenging areas of the city. They say instead of building walls, they want to paint them. One of those walls turned into a mural across from a local elementary school. But the biggest project that the group worked on was restoring a house for a low-income family. Love Santa Ana says their main message is community helping the community.
Hello, Dons fans. Kevin Peralta here with This Week in Sports. Dons baseball played 3 games during the break. They lost their first game against Long Beach College by a final score of 9-7. The Dons split the series, winning the second game 10-8. On Friday, they took on East Los Angeles College, where their offensive was alive. The Dons combined for 15 hits. Third baseman Justin Milano went 3-4, collecting 3 RBIs. Left fielder Brian Leaf drove in 2, while reliever Cole Hoskin got his 3rd win in the season over East LA. The final score was 15-5. Don's track and field kicked off their heels at the Brian Clay Invitational at Azusa Pacific University. In the 5,000-meter event, SAC runner Tony Lopez placed 9th with a time of 18 minutes and 13 seconds, while Lisbeth Luciano Luis finished 21st. On the men's side, Eric Jimenez took 14th at 15 minutes and 26 seconds. Among the sprinters, Cindy Walsh placed 86th in the national meet with a time of 12.83 in the 100 meters and finished 95th in the 200 meter. Finally, Jesus Munoz completed the 400 meter event and placed 63rd with a time of 1 minute and 1.97 seconds. That wraps it up for this week in SAC news. Josh, back to you.
Activists were surprised at the #SchoolsNotPrisons event when Grammy and Oscar-winning rapper Common took the stage. The rapper rallied the crowd around the simple message of the need to invest more in schools and reform the prison system. The event featured interactive art exhibits, a health fair, and select legal services. Common states his involvement in the community.
Basically, it's an artist using their platform to be like, hey, y'all, these some of the people we overlooking. These some of the people we might have judged. Let's rethink this. If we keep living in a society that's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, then we're going to have a bunch of eyeless and toothless people. Yo, I tell you the rest when I see you. Peace.
That will wrap up this episode of SAC News.
Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to check out our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We'll see you next time.